Before anything happens, I need some fish. Oh, I have a lot of raw cod. Perfect. Let's see, where did you go? Where did you go? There it is. Come on, little kitty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, we have a cat. We have a cat. We have a very pretty yellow cat. Come with me. Wait. Up. Come with me. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Ultimate Minecraft. And there is our cat. Yes, I just tamed a cat. I really like this bright orange, or this yellowy cat. It was strange. It was stuck in a corner over there, but it is over here now. Come on, Mr. Kitty Cat. You shall live right here. And on that note, while we're talking about pets, I got a name suggestion for our dog. Now, I know it's been a couple of episodes since I asked for this name suggestion, but as of the time of this recording, I'm about 2 or so, 3 episodes ahead. So episode 20 is being recorded, but episode 18 just went out. So it hasn't been that long since I asked. Anyway, the name suggestion we got, I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce this, but here we go. It is Banjo C:. In between episodes, I have been an incredibly busy little elementalist. I planted all of these trees on this side of the building. I planted a couple more over here. I planted trees over here in between our library and our blacksmith building and all around the back and the top. I think that rounds this area off very nicely. Obviously, if you haven't noticed it yet, I also built another little well. It is exactly the same design as our other one, it just has a different roof color, and of course there's no beacon in its center. Hello, Mr. Kitty Cat. Oh, that reminds me. Our cat needs a name, everyone. Down in the comments, please. There's another one. This one is prettier. I like this one. But yes, I have been very busy, my friends, and our bees are still missing. Not today's problem, though. Nope, that is not our concern for this episode. There was a time lapse in the beginning of this episode, just in case you missed it. I mean, I don't know how you would have missed it. It was the very first thing that played in this episode. But yes, I have built some docks, very lovely docks. And we can actually see them on our town map, and it looks lovely. I think it's a nice little edge to the water over there. But we're also not going to be working there, no. The only reason I built them was because I wanted to get a sign off of our board to make space for something else. So, the docks for the llamas, that goes away. And in its place, we shall place the sign for what I would like to do today. This is going to be the main focus of today's episode. I want to build an apothecary. Because I've been making use of a lot of potions in this series so far, and I don't actually have a dedicated spot to brew them. I have this one little brewing stand in here in our storage room. But otherwise, if I've needed bulk, I just came and plonked down 4 brewing stands right out here, and I've made use of them. I think I want to build an actual apothecary, and right here seems like a brilliant place to do it because I have the well right here, so I can just walk out the front door with my glass bottles, fill them up, and go right back in to brew them. So that makes sense to me. By building the well, which I did in between episodes, and building the apothecary, which is what we will be getting to a bit later, I will be getting this walk from our storage room, whoops, don't fall in the well, up this ramp through our honey farm, our honeycomb farm, windmill and everything, up to our beacon, our diamond beacon. I'll be getting that walk much closer to being finished. And because of that, additionally, I think in today's episode, I'm going to be building a little house here to help finish that off. And I think I want to do that first. Now, I have been gathering up a bunch of materials, and you can see one of my hoes is very tired, as is my axe. So I think first I need to make a quick pit stop to our Enderman Farm in the end. And with fully mended tools and 2 shulker boxes loaded with goodies, probably not enough goodies for any form of interior decoration, I think we can go ahead and start building up a new little house. I've decided on a couple of things for this house, some things that I can share off the bat in the meantime. One, I wanted to build with bone blocks, because I haven't built with bone blocks in quite some time. Oh, my mouse just moved. That has bone blocks, and this one has bone blocks, and I think those are the only buildings that have bone blocks. And neither of them are new or recent, but I don't want to build with bone blocks right next to one where I already have bone blocks. So, not gonna happen. Another one is actually the roof color of this building. I've got a whole bunch of different colors of roofs in here. I didn't really know what to do here. My go-to is usually spruce, and you can see that I've got mostly spruce. But one thing I realize is that I don't really have anything with just black roofs except for our windmill. So I think this one is going to have a deep slate roof. And for that I have, not that one, I've prepared a couple of deep slate blocks, and I'm thinking the polished deep slate because I don't really use it anywhere. So we're gonna try that out for our roof. As for my walls, I'm thinking instead of my usual variation of using different variants of the same basic block, I'm feeling like I want to try this out, and this is a variation that includes oak and birch, and the bottom is a bit more oak heavy while the top is a bit more birch heavy, and I kind of like that. I think that looks pretty good. Fairly happy and satisfied with it. And we get to have our first night in the new little house. If I can see stars. Sleep. Thank you. And with that, I believe I am done. Yes, we have a... I just slammed the door in my face again. This is becoming a habit. While we're in here, we have a bedroom. A quick little cupboard, and our gentleman has a white t-shirt, some jeans, and some black boots in his cupboard. A bed, matching candles, and all those fun things. And I've just decided to use trapdoors as the main dividing wall to save a little bit on space, make that bedroom seem a little bit bigger than it actually is, because it is tiny. And we have a bit of a desk, dining space, a really big extravagant kitchen in here, and a flower, the best part of it all. And I do think it fills out the center space nicely. It's a little close to the same color as this roof's trim, so if we stand down here, that's kind of all we see. But you know what, it's okay. It's not quite the same, and from the sky it looks really nice, and I like the building. It's another simple one, but it fills the space, and that's exactly what I wanted it to do. While that was going on, if I can land without killing myself, smooth. My furnaces have also been quite busy, and I've also expanded those same endeavors on this side. I placed down 10 more furnaces, a whole bunch of soul sand, and I'm currently growing some of this... what is it called? I forget. Netherwort! I'm growing netherwort. Because, my friends, I need a bunch of red nether brick. I'm gonna need some more space in my inventory. But let's go ahead and craft this stuff. I like using red nether brick. It's a beautiful block, first off. But also, you actually only use half as many nether bricks as you would making regular nether brick. And you get the same amount. I mean, it's really, really expensive on the netherwort side. And this farm, it's not really cutting it, but it'll do. It'll do. So yeah, I need to grow some more of this stuff, and then I will have all of the materials I need for our apothecary build. So while I collect some more of this netherwort stuff, Something has come to my attention at this very moment, like an hour ago. Today is currently Wednesday, the 17th of November. Mojang just announced the release date for 1.18, so I think this is as good a time as any for me to explain my plans and thoughts for the series going forward with 1.18 in mind. I'm not going to be resetting this world. I'm going to keep playing in this world. We're going to keep going with the Ultimate Minecraft series. I'm just going to reset all of the chunks that I'm not using. So basically this village is not going to get reset, and everything around and outside of it is. With the intention of then getting the new terrain and landscapes and mountains and things in place for us to explore and experience. Am I going to need more? Let's see. I already have 3. So yeah, that's my plan for 1.18. And it's releasing on the 30th of November. I don't know if I've said that yet now. But since it is releasing on the 30th, I mean, that's less than 2 weeks away. I think we're on the 17th now. Math is hard. That's 13 days. Okay, it's 2 weeks from now, exactly. So, as of the time of this recording, episode 18 has gone out, episode 19 has already been recorded, and this is episode 20. So episode 20 will be releasing on the Monday just before 1.18 releases, and then there will probably be an episode 21 very shortly thereafter. That is going to be us going to 1.18. With that announcement out of the way, and a bit of red nether brick acquired, I think we can get back on track here with building our apothecary, which, as I said, is going to be situated right here. Now, I had planned on just having a little netherrack or netherwort plantation on the outside, but now that I see how ridiculously slowly this stuff grows and how much of it I need to make red nether brick, which honestly I'm not going to need to build with that often, but I am going to want to build with it occasionally. I think I need a bigger plantation than I was planning for, so I'm thinking it's time to dig a hole again. So we need to go down a couple layers, and we'll make a nice big basement for this thing. I am going to need a beacon for that, and that one is just out of range, so it doesn't help converting it. It pains me to have to do this, but this beacon is a whole lot easier to get to than the other one is. Oh no! I lifted my finger. Okay, beacon acquired. Let's just put the stair back. See, our pane of glass. And now, thanks to our very efficient iron farm that we built a couple of episodes ago, I have more than enough resources, and iron being those resources, to deploy this beacon. I think I'm just going to put it over here for now. Without a doubt, this was not worth setting up a beacon, because this was all just dirt. Oh well. We now have a bit of a hole, and in this hole I am going to need a floor of some sort, so I'm just going to throw down a spruce slab floor, and I might use some trapdoors to texture vary it a little bit. So we now have a floor in there, and most of it is textured up with some slabs and what are those things called? Trapdoors. I think that's the second or third time this episode I've forgotten that word. But anyway, the walls are not going to stay dirt. I'm going to make them a variation of stone brick and cracked stone brick. But I want to get the building on top of it in place first, so that I can see where I need to put grass back. Because I don't think the building is going to have quite this large of a footprint. And I already had to drop the floor 1 block lower than I had initially prepped it for. But as you can see here, we now have a staircase coming in. And the plan currently is that this is going to be the entrance, I think. It'll give us enough space to put a bit of a patio over here, and then I can, in future, just immediately turn left and come straight down the stairs to come and fetch some of this stuff for a project if I need to. I don't need to go up and down and all through the whole building to be able to get down to what I actually need. So next up, I think I need to plan out the rough size for this ground floor. And for that, I'm going to need that same stone brick and cracked stone brick variant. I actually think I want to put some smooth stone in that as well. Progress! Yes, I've made progress. I've planned out a bit more of a layout. This thing is turning out to be a very big building, actually. I don't know how I feel about that, but oh well. That's the size it's gonna be, so that's the size it's gonna be. This is our ground floor area that comes in from the porch. That can go down, and I've also extended the stone walls all the way down. So this is basically done. I don't think I'm gonna do much down there anymore. But up here, I have a bit of a plan. Now, earlier in the episode, I did say that I wanted to use bone blocks again, and I finally think that it's time, my friends, for me to use those bone blocks. I'm far enough away from anything else that has bone blocks in it that I think I can go ahead and use them. And this is going to be a front deck part, so no walls on that, but this block. So I'm going to have two of these rectangles that just intersect one another. I ran out of bone blocks. Do you see it? So that is a pretty plain build so far. Nothing exciting or extraordinary about it, particularly where you have weird flat joints like these, but with just a couple of simple blocks, and literally the most expensive blocks in this are those quartz blocks down there, it becomes far more interesting. Suddenly you have a balustrade, you have some corner details, some nails, windows all over the place. Yeah, this is looking a lot better already than it did a second ago. However, we do still have this from our basement. These are the remnants of that basement protruding through, and I need to fix that. And that can be as simple as just adding a layer of dirt, a bit of height, a couple of fences to cordon off a bit of a outside gardeny space. This is what's going to make this apothecary of ours, really, son, look like it really is strange. It's going to have different plant life outside, nothing that you can find anywhere else in the village. And by that I don't just mean the netherwort, but I think we can go ahead and see if we can fit one of these guys in here as well. Oh, but it can't grow on grass. This should give us a bit more luck. Yes, I like that. I really hope this didn't go and replace any of my actual building blocks, but I don't think it would have. And we can trim this guy down a little bit. It doesn't need to be quite this aggressive of a tree, because we do want some of our building to still be present after all. Additionally, we can also add in some of these weeping vines and, oh, yes, a rooftop garden. I may or may not have got a little carried away up here. But if we run outside and come and have a look again now on our scaffolding, suddenly that patio, that porch area is very lively and beautiful. We can run around to this side a bit. Yeah, the building looks different. It doesn't match any of the rest of the things, and that's because of the foliage that's different, and I like it. I really do. It does need an interior though, and I have absolutely no idea what to do with an interior. So I think the very first thing I want to do is I want to get the functionality of this building going. And for that, we need to build the workstation-esque kind of area. So I'm thinking we can put a couple barrels down here, and these will both look pretty good, but they'll also serve a purpose in that I can store empty water bottles or excess potions in here. I can store fuel sources in there or whatever. But that's the main core of what this build is for. I need a brew. I think that block can come out, and I'm gonna need a light source. There is one I have in mind. Oh, if you haven't noticed, I'm using soul lanterns for this just because I think the individual who would run an apothecary is a bit of a stranger character. They wouldn't necessarily belong with the rest. The same way they have the red plants all over the place, I think they can have the blue lanterns as well. Yeah, okay, so that gives us a bit of internal light. At the very least initially, I think I want to take this all the way up as well. Just like that. Never be scared to take columns like these all the way up. It helps to divide the room, divide the sight lines and things like that. Okay, so we have these things in place, but obviously this individual will need some more components to their home, aside from just those. On the ground floor, my thinking is that this is kind of the workshop-y area. So let's go ahead. I think we can put a lectern in there, and eventually we can add a book to that. Actually, let's put it over there. And that might be a recipe book for all kinds of weird and wacky, wonderful potions that this individual might brew. Flower pot, just because why not? And then another thing I was thinking, an idea that I really like, is that you can take candles, right? And I just need, this will do as a temporary thing. And you can place candles on top of things like that and then remove the things, and suddenly you've got a floating little light source. That's really cool and magical and mystical, and I'm going to be using that a little bit all over the place, I think. Especially some places like this. We can go up 2 blocks, put a candle, get rid of those. I think the sun is setting. Yep. I did bring our bed with us. Or at the very least, the bed that is going to be going... Whoops. Going to be going in this building. So let's sleep. And with the last piece of a red rug, the downstairs area is about as finished as I think I'm going to get it. Got some blocks laying around here that I didn't have inventory space for, but this individual has a bunch of books, bookcases all over the place, because I'm assuming he or she would need to store their potions and their recipes and their things somewhere, not just on the little lectern. And I think that's good enough for the downstairs area. Upstairs, I haven't done a thing, and I need to do some things. I'm not sure what though. We have a bit more space than in the previous little building we did, but the space is more difficult to work with given that there are so many windows and such big windows up there. So let's see what we can manage for there, shall we? Once again, with just a little bit of color, I think the bedroom space is also done. Closet, very simple. There is storage in the way of barrels. We've got a whole bunch of floating candles everywhere, but I think this is about as good as it's gonna get actually. Actually, you know what? It's not. It isn't. Something I have not used in this world at all are paintings. I think we can go ahead and add some paintings in here, but I think, yeah, we need to do that. Not that one. I think those are the only 2 tall ones you get. Okay, we'll go with that one then. Just to add a little bit of life into this home of hers. She doesn't want to be looking at a creeper. I don't know what that is, but sure. Yeah, just a little something. Oh, they can go behind. Okay, that's interesting and good to know. I was afraid that they couldn't go behind the floating candles, but let's go ahead and put... You know what, that works. Not what I was aiming for, but alright. Yeah, some paintings up here, and then I think we're done. No, again, I'm missing something. I did this, and I can't actually get out there through here. That thing I did kind of strengthens the windowsill a little bit. It makes the sill itself look like there's depth and that it's made of a different material, and I quite like that. So I think the very last thing I need to do to finish up this house, the second to last thing I need to do to finish up this house is go and add some more spruce trapdoors to all of my windows. And that's fairly simple. I just need to get the direction right because I want them to be facing forward. Yay, that worked. Just like that. And then I think we're done with our apothecary. It looks very different. And honestly a little out of place. Why do the bone blocks and the quartz look so stark when they have the red roof? But they don't look nearly as stark on my windmill, or even on the other little house we have. I like it. I'm not against this building at all. I'm really, really happy with it. It just stands out a lot. It's gonna take getting used to see it in here. But I've planted trees all around it now, and this spot here where our beacon currently is maybe a little bit forward is still a good spot to put another building down the line. But I think for today's episode this is good. We built two things. We built our apothecary, which is fully functional. We have 4 brewing stands inside of it, and we can grow quite a bit of netherwort in its basement. And again, it is a place for me to come and sleep. Not that its bed is necessarily the easiest to get to, so I probably won't be making use of this place as a sleeping place. But we do have our other little build of the episode as well. This one, which I really like. I still like it a lot. I don't know which one I prefer. This one seems more quaint, more typical for the village, and that one, it's just different. Lovely interior on this one as well. Yeah, I'm very happy. And my friends, if you weren't able to tell, well, that's me getting close to signing off for the day. So, if you have enjoyed today's episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And, my friends, until the next time, have an absolutely brilliant one. I do need to replace my beacon. Oh, and just a quick reminder, next episode will be 1.18, my friends. I hope you're as excited as I am. Up, 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 up. And there we go. We can throw an iron ingot in there and get ourselves the movement speed boost again. All is good with the world.